Question 1. While you are driving, talking on a cell phone will increase your chances of being in a crash by B. As much as 4 times. While you are driving, talking on a cell phone will increase your chances of being in a crash by as much as 4 times. This is because the conversation is drawing your attention away from your driving. Sending text messages, texting, while driving will increase your chances of being in a crash by as much as 8 times. If you want to pass DMV test in first time, you can download our iOS app for free. App contains 120,000 plus permit test questions, 523 plus cheat sheet questions, 350 plus traffic road signs, official handbook and FAQ. Includes all 51 states test. Even 98.5% people pass their test first time after using our app. You can find link in the description. Download app for free from App Store, which contains latest 2024 material licensed by official DMV team. Get 3 days free trial for a limited time. Let's get back to the video. Question 2. 2 or more DUI convictions in the state of California may result in up to years of license revocation. A. 5. Second and subsequent DUI convictions result in increased penalties, including a 2-year license suspension or a license revocation for up to 5 years. Question 3. After consuming a considerable amount of alcohol, you can ensure you will not be driving under the influence if you C. Wait for a day or 2. The more alcohol that gets into your body to make you intoxicated, the longer it will take your liver to break it all down. The liver can break down about 1 standard drink, 1 ounce of hard liquor, a 1/2 glass of wine, or a 12-ounce can of beer, per hour. If you consume a great deal of alcohol, it can take as long as a day or 2 for your body to fully recover. Question 4. Which of the following is an alternative to drinking and driving? C. Any of the above. If you plan to consume alcohol, also plan to use public transportation, a taxi, or a designated driver to get home. Question 5. If you purchase a vehicle from another individual, you must transfer ownership of the vehicle within C. 10 days. If you purchase a vehicle from a private party, you must transfer ownership of the vehicle within 10 days. You must submit to the DMV the California Certificate of Title, vehicle registration fees, and possibly other documents as well. You must also submit the Notice of Transfer and Release of Liability, Reg 138, form within only 5 days. Fortunately, you may be able to submit it online at the DMV website. Note: if you purchase a vehicle from a commercial auto dealer instead, the dealer will handle many of these details for you. Question 6. If you are convicted of injuring another person as a result of driving under the influence, your driving privileges will be suspended for B. 1 year. If a California driver is convicted of injuring another person as a result of driving under the influence, his or her driver license will be suspended for 1 year. Question 7. If you are convicted of leaving the scene of an accident, hit and run, in which someone was injured, you may be sentenced to jail for up to B. 1 year. If you are involved in an accident in which someone is injured, you must give your name and address, the name and address of the owner of your vehicle, the name and address of anyone in your vehicle that was injured, and the registration number of your vehicle to the injured person. If you are convicted of failing to do this, you will be fined between $1,000 and $10,000, sentenced to up to 1 year in jail or state prison, or both. Question 8. Effective October 1, 2020, a driver license must be Real ID compliant to be accepted as valid identification at C. Either of the above. The Real ID Act of 2005 sets standards for state-issued driver licenses to be considered acceptable forms of identification in certain sensitive areas. Effective October 1, 2020, your driver license must be Real ID compliant to be accepted as valid identification at federal buildings, military installations, TSA checkpoints at airports, and nuclear power plants. Question 9. Can you take medications before planning to drive? A. Only if the doctor says it won't affect safe driving. Many prescription and over-the-counter medications can make you drowsy. Only take medications while driving if the doctor informs you they won't affect safe driving ability. Question 10. A driver who has been drinking is more likely to C. Do all of the above. A driver under the influence of alcohol is more likely to drive too fast or too slowly, change lanes frequently, and fail to dim the headlights. Even more crucially, a drunk driver may be less alert in an emergency and may take too long to brake. Such mistakes may endanger the driver and others. Question 11. What should you do if you feel drowsy before you drive? A. Sleep. Stimulants, exercise, and music can help keep you awake, but the best remedy for drowsiness is sleep. If you're getting 9 hours of sleep and still feel tired, consult a physician. Question 12. You must be aware of the following potential distractions or impairments. C. All of the above. You must also be aware of potential distractions and impairments. 1. Alcohol, drugs, and even some medications can degrade your driving abilities. 2. Listening to extremely loud music or using devices such as cell phones, GPS, and intercoms can also affect your focus when driving. 3. Adjusting electronic controls and features of your vehicle can be distracting and quickly degrade your ability to scan for hazards and react to them. 4. Emotional and physical states such as fatigue, anger, illness, stress, and fear can also impair your driving skills. Question 13. Any driver who operates a vehicle on California's roadways consents to A. Chemical, drug and alcohol testing. California drivers give their implied consent to chemical testing for alcohol and drugs when they operate a vehicle on the state's roadways. Question 14. Dumping or abandoning an animal on a highway is punishable by C. Either or both of the above. Do not dump or abandon animals on a highway. This crime is punishable by a fine of up to $1,000, 6 months in jail, or both. Question 15. Is it safe to hold something in your lap while you are driving? B. No, never. It is dangerous to do any activity that takes your eyes off the road while driving, such as removing clothing, applying makeup, reading, eating or drinking. Do not hold a person, pet, or package in your lap or arms. Question 16. If you are convicted of seriously injuring someone while attempting to evade a police pursuit, you may be fined at least A. $2,000. If you are convicted of seriously injuring someone while attempting to evade a police pursuit, you may be fined $2,000 to $10,000, sentenced to state prison for up to 7 years, or both. Question 17. Drinking and driving. C. All of the above. Alcohol consumption before or during driving reduces a driver's reflexes, physical control over a vehicle, and awareness of the dangers on the roadway. Question 18. Which of the following are alternatives to liability insurance coverage under California's compulsory financial responsibility law? C. Both of the above. If you choose not to maintain insurance on your vehicle, the compulsory financial responsibility law also allows you to deposit $35,000 with the DMV, obtain a $35,000 surety bond from a company licensed to do business in California, or obtain a self-insurance certificate from the DMV. Question 19. Which of the following affect your blood alcohol concentration, BAC? C. All of the above. How fast you drink, the number of drinks you've had, and how much you weigh all affect your blood alcohol concentration, BAC. Question 20. In California, the fine for littering is space. You may also be required to space. B. $1,000, pickup litter. If you are convicted of littering, you will be required to pay a fine of $1,000. In addition, you may be required to pick up litter. Question 21. Which of the following is against California law? A. storing an open container of alcohol in a vehicle's console or glove compartment. In California, it is against the law to store an open container of alcohol in a vehicle's console or glove compartment. Question 22. Which of the following contains a standard 1.5 ounce serving of alcohol? C. Each of the above. Typically, one drink will contain a 1.5 ounce serving of alcohol, no matter the type. Question 23. If an adult driver fails to pay the fine for a traffic ticket, C. Neither of the above will happen. If you get a traffic ticket, you may pay the fine or appear in court to answer the charge. Effective June 21, 2017, the court can no longer notify the DMV when an adult driver fails to pay the fine for a traffic ticket. However, the court can still notify the DMV if the driver fails to appear in court to answer the traffic charge. Hence, the DMV can still suspend the driver's license in this case. Question 24. Drinking alcohol and driving at night is especially dangerous because C. Your vision is already restricted. Drinking alcohol and driving at night is especially dangerous because your vision is already restricted since it is dark out and more difficult to see. Question 25. If you are convicted of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, you may receive the following penalties. C. Any or all of the above. If you are convicted of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, you may receive any of the following penalties: license suspension, severe fines, and community service. Question 26. If a CA driver is convicted of fleeing a peace officer on duty without causing any bodily injuries, he or she may face which of the following penalties? A. Up to 1 year in jail. Any person, while operating a motor vehicle, who willfully flees or attempts to evade a peace officer performing their duties is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment in a county jail for not more than 1 year. Question 27. Space is the leading cause of death among Americans between the ages of 16 and 24. C. Drunk driving. According to the National Safety Council, every 33 minutes someone dies in an alcohol-related crash. Drunk driving is the leading single cause of death among young people in the age range from 16 to 24. Statistics indicated that US drivers drank too much and got behind the wheel about 112 million times in 2010. Question 28. Which of the following statements is true? C. It is legal to use audio navigation while driving. Talking on a cell phone or eating while driving increases your chances of an accident. If you are lost, pull over and enter navigation instructions. However, you can use audio navigation while driving. Question 29. Which of the following contains more alcohol? A. They're all the same. All of the answers contain the same amount of alcohol. Question 30. In which of the following is it illegal to have open containers of alcohol in a vehicle? C. In all of the above. Open containers of alcohol may only be stored in areas that are out of reach of drivers or passengers, such as cargo areas, trunks, and truck beds. Question 31. Which drugs can affect your ability to safely operate a vehicle? C. All of the above. Prescription drugs, illegal drugs, and over-the-counter drugs can all affect your ability to safely drive a vehicle. Question 32. If you are convicted of DUI for the first time, you will be fined up to B. $1,000. If you are convicted of DUI and it was your first such offense, you will be fined $390 to $1,000 and sentenced to jail for between 96 hours and 6 months. Your driver license will be suspended for at least 6 months, and your vehicle may be impounded. Question 33. In California, your vehicle liability insurance policy must include at least in coverage for the bodily injuries or death of one person in any one accident. A. $15,000. In California, your vehicle liability insurance policy must include at least $15,000 in coverage for the bodily injuries or death of one person in any one accident. Question 34. If you're involved in a collision, you must report it to the DMV if anyone was injured or killed or there was more than in damage to anyone's property. C. $1,000. Under California law, if you're involved in a collision, you must report it to the DMV within 10 days if anyone was injured or killed or there was more than $1,000 in damage to anyone's property. Question 35. If you have an accident and are uninsured at the time, your license will be suspended for up to C. 4 years. If you have an accident and are uninsured at the time, your license will be suspended for up to 4 years. However, after 1 year has passed, your license can be reinstated if you obtain and submit to the DMV and State Route 22 Proof of Financial Responsibility Certificate. Note: State Route 22 insurance is considered insurance for high-risk drivers, so you should expect your insurance rates to be higher than usual. Question 36. The California Compulsory Financial Responsibility Law requires all drivers to have A. Proof of financial responsibility. The compulsory financial responsibility law requires all California drivers to maintain financial responsibility, liability coverage, at all times. To meet this requirement, most drivers choose to have a vehicle insurance policy. However, there are 3 other ways to maintain financial responsibility: deposit $35,000 with the DMV, obtain a $35,000 surety bond, or obtain a DMV-issued self-insurance certificate. Question 37. How can fatigue affect your driving? C. All of the above. Fatigue can affect your driving by impairing your judgment, slowing your reaction times, and decreasing your awareness of your surroundings. Question 38. Is talking on a cell phone while driving permitted for minor drivers? B. Talking on a cell phone while driving is not permitted. Underage drivers are not permitted to use cell phones while driving except for reporting an emergency. Question 39. If you are convicted of lending your disabled parking placard or disabled license plate to another driver who is not disabled, you may face which of the following penalties? B. Both of the above. In California, disabled parking abuse is considered a crime of fraud. Most forms of disabled parking abuse are punishable by a fine of $250 to $1,000, up to 6 months in jail, or both. Question 40. Open containers of alcohol are not allowed in which of the following areas? B. Passenger areas of standard passenger cars. If you want to pass DMV test in first time, you can download our iOS app for free. App contains 120,000 plus permit test questions, 523 plus cheat sheet questions, 350 plus traffic road signs, official handbook and FAQ. Includes all 51 states test. Even 98.5% people pass their test first time after using our app. You can find link in the description. Download app for free from App Store, which contains latest 2024 material licensed by official DMV team. Get 3 days free trial for a limited time.